Welcome to Digital Transformers, the show that connects you with what you need to build, manage, and operate your digital supply chain. Join your host in a timely discussion on new and future business models with industry-leading executives. The show will reveal global customer expectations, real-world deployment challenges, and the value of advanced business technologies like artificial intelligence, blockchain, and robotic process engineering. And now, we bring you Digital Transformers.
Hello, everyone. Kevin L. Jackson here, and I am here get the opportunity to interview yet another leader in digital transformation. And I tell you, this is really sweet to my heart, okay? Many of you may not know is I did a lot of work in the intelligence community around geospatial data, GPS. And this interview is really with Vanessa Wieners, right?
You got it. Right.
She had to give me some lessons there. IT SAP Operations Manager at TopCon Positioning System. And their company is all about GPS. Is that true?
GPS and some more, yes.
GPS and more. So you're a leading manufacturer in construction, geospatial, and agriculture. And known for being innovative and that enhances your technology, enhances workflows. Tell me more.
Yeah, well, for example, in the construction world, you know, we are supporting and giving technology to our customers where they can visualize the construction site through, sensors that are able to read the ground. Project managers don't have to be on site. They can see it all through a screen and find out how much the dozers, the amount of dirt they're taking out, and they're tracking down, the activity of all their equipment and what's going on site. So that's one tiny example of the kind of technology.
I guess that actually reduces the cost because you can plan much better ahead.
Yeah, you can plan. You can determine the amount of dirt that you can recycle and take to other sites.
Oh, you recycle dirt?
Well, we don't recycle the dirt. We help the customer to determine the amount of dirt they're extracting and then to take it to other sites.
They can make it take care of the site. So reuse the dirt. That's a real, that's a really important thing. You see these big construction sites and you actually wonder, where does all the dirt go?
Yes.
No, that seems like a very important aspect that people wouldn't even think about.
Right.
But you've actually bring a lot of experience to leveraging SAP.
Right.
But what's your background to make you, IT operations for SAP? That's a huge responsibility.
It is. I have a great team, though. I have a team of 11, 12 between contractors and internal resources. Yeah. I started with SAP like 20 years ago. Not to disclose my age.
We can strike that. No, we're supposed to say that part.
Yeah, 20 or so years. I started as a user, essentially. And slowly transitioned to a leader position. And here I am, in charge of the ERP at TopCon, our main ERP, which is SAP, with all its modules to support the operation.
Wow, yeah. So you said which modules do you use at TopCon?
Yes. Well, I guess if our audience is a IT audience, they will understand if I just say SD or do I need to say sales and distribution?
Yeah, you probably need to say sales and distribution because a lot of my audience is a lot of decision makers, but in every industry vertical, not just IT also.
So sales and distribution, materials management, covers all the purchasing planning, production planning. We have quality management. FICO, we have finance and controlling. Okay. I don't know if I'm leaving any out, but that's warehouse management. I think I missed that one.
So you're using quite a bit of the suite.
Yes, of SAP, yes, quite a bit.
So you weren't involved in the implementation of SAP at TopCon, right?
No, I joined, I think, 5 years after they had implemented it,
How has it been when you got there? Were they pulling their hair out over SAP, or were they happy with it, or did you straighten them out? What was the culture around SAP?
Well, I hope I have been helping to making it better. It was already good, and
Okay.
people like it. I think SAP is, in my opinion, a good system to have, and to be running at in our case, manufacturing company. So it was already in a good state. I'm just helping to bring a little bit of structure on how we support it, right, and how we do other implementations or other projects related to SAP, right, to bring efficiency to the processes.
So a little more on your role, your operations.
Yes.
What does that encompass?
A lot, I guess.
Everything.
Everything. We're not a Google, obviously, right? So my team, I mentioned it was 12 or 11 people, so I'm not sure to the eyes of many if that's small or big, but we cover a lot, right? We do operations, means, we do the support, the daily support. If somebody cannot transact or there's an error message in the system, we are immediately reacting to it and fixing it. We do change management. We do, any enhancements or improvements to a process that requires a system change.
Right.
We also do that. And we do strategic projects, right? We implement new modules like quality management. That's a new one that we implemented maybe a year and a half ago or two. So that's a little bit of a description of what my role
What's your
means.
geographic scope of TopCon?
Well, I cover the ERP system in Netherlands, or Europe, a piece of Europe, and United States.
But TopCon itself is a global company?
It is a global company. Our parent company is based in Japan.
Okay.
But they have acquired subsidiaries across the globe, so it's about between 90, 93, 95 companies, subsidiaries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, top
So it is
positioning.
really huge.
It is big. It's about 5,000 employees.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's one of those companies you really never heard of, but it's
Exactly.
foundational to just about everything, isn't it?
Yes.
You must like working there.
I do. The culture is also very nice. It's family oriented. They care about the employees, so I'm really enjoying it. And I have, like I said, I have a great team and a great boss. So
I will make sure we'll make sure to get them a copy of this.
Please.
So, what is your real business model of TopCon? Who do you sell to? Who do you support?
Yeah, the customer base, I would say, it's also some, you wouldn't think of. Farmers,
Okay.
We have our dealers, there's a dealer base, but we have the end customer, which is the farmers who are actually using, the tractors on the field and they have to interact with the technology. In the construction base, as I was explaining earlier, we have those construction sites, or, if I tell my kids, because they're asking me like, what do you do, Mom?
Yeah,
what do you do? We're, driving on the road, and, I see those engineers, right, doing measurements with those tripods, and I tell you see that? That's what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you never come home dirty.
Exactly, right? I'm not wearing the helmet. Yeah.
Wow, that's huge. And when you talk about culture, your parent company is Japanese.
Yes.
You cover the Netherlands and the United States.
Yes.
So I imagine culture, what the differences in culture, as an important aspect of your business.
Yes. We have, it's a multicultural company, right? As you mentioned, Japanese, now we have Europeans. And within Europe, we have a diversity, right? We have the Netherlands, we have Germany as well. They have another ERP system, but, we have different cultures. And then, in the United States by itself, it's already diverse, right?
Yeah.
So in that sense, there is a lot of, I forgot the word, inclusion.
Inclusion,
right? Yes,
okay.
yes, and diversity, right?
That's an important part of any
Yeah.
business, diversity and inclusion.
Oh, yeah.
And equity.
Yes. Diversity can, believe it or not, support on revenue as well.
Oh, but okay. Speaking about that, you said that you joined TopCon after they had already sort of implemented SAP.
Right.
But in your business, you work in sort of a different area. So what does digital transformation mean to you and in your business?
Well, for me in specific, I think it has two meanings.
Okay.
From a internal point of view, like I said, we drive the operation of the company where we have to, or part of my job as well, is try to find technology that will support the business, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now talking about transitioning from ECC to S/4HANA, right? That's a digital transformation for us where we are looking into bringing efficiency to a lot of the processes, right, that we are currently having. So that's an aspect of digital transformation. On the other hand, right, we also bring it is intentional. I don't know if the customer will see it that way.
Okay.
But we bring digital transformation to them, right? And let's go back to the example of the farmer.
Right.
Who would have thought that they can now, with sensors, scan, the field and find out if the crops are ready or they need more fertilizer, and now they're able to use that technology. So they, by themselves, are also in a digital transformation, right? Incorporating our products to their daily job.
So you threw out an acronym there, ECC. That is the previous version of SAP?
Yes.
So now you're transitioning from that to S/4HANA,
right.
cloud-based.
Right.
Any issues with that?
Not yet.
Well, I mean, just getting started. A lot of people are scared to go to the cloud. I mean, I don't know about TopCon, but most companies have on-premise, keep all their data on-premise, and now going to the cloud. Did you have your own data centers, and now you're transitioning to the cloud?
Right, part of that, yes. We are already running part of our business in S/4HANA Cloud. The portion that I am running right now is the one that is in transition, right, to go to the cloud.
Okay.
Yeah, so yes, there's still a lot of decisions to be made. We're in that process. I think we are now in a good place of understanding what that means, right? We have started a few activities internally, such as, cleaning our core ERP, trying to look into options for master data management, looking into options for archiving, everything that can prepare us, for a better journey to that transformation.
So in the end, it's all about the data, right? Mm-hmm. And you mentioned cleaning the data so that you can leverage it better in the cloud. That's a lot of hard work, isn't it?
It is.
Would not be scared to do that?
I think it's when you talk about it, it can be daunting, right? Oh my God, that's a big effort. We're not executing that exercise yet. We're planning to get there. Mm-hmm. But so far, again, with the research that you have to, start doing, you get to understand what steps you need to follow, right, to get there.
Oh, so it's a lot of education.
It's a lot of education
across your organization.
Yeah.
This is really change management. How did it affect your culture?
Well, I think we are in the process of learning, including change management, right? Everybody is, and again, that's where the transformation is happening, right? Because I think with a digital transformation, you have to have change management, right? Mm-hmm. You have to get your stakeholders involved so that they can support this. And we're in the process of, doing that. So how is it changing right now? I think we will see the change in the coming months or when the project is being executed, right? The efforts that we're doing right now to pull them in and to explain what this journey is about.
I imagine the executives are important to this. What is their role in your viewpoint?
Yeah, and in my point of view, everything starts from up, down, right?
Oh, so okay.
Yeah, so if they're not buying in, then it's not going to work. So I think that's part of the transformation as well, having their buy-in and support the project.
And education, I guess.
Yes, and education. Yeah, there's a lot of education.
How do you do that?
Well, the approach that we're trying to do right now is socializing what this means. Bringing it to learning about tools ourselves, right?
Okay.
My team and myself, learning what's out there. SAP has been very helpful, right, in providing some of those tools so that we can start learning and also bringing our user base to experience that, right?
Oh, so this is really a journey. It's not just TopCon. You have to teach your customers.
Yeah.
How's that going? Is that easy? Is it easy for them to accept? Do you have to force it on them?
At this point, I guess the customer is not impacted, and I don't think that they were ever will, right?
Okay.
This is more a digital transformation internally for us to be able to deliver those products, to the customer.
So, but there's a whole ecosystem around it, right? You have, I guess, suppliers,
right,
that you have to link to. Does it affect them in any way?
Potentially, yes.
You laugh.
Yes. Yeah, because, somehow they have to follow our journey, right? Mm-hmm. The technology, the evolution, has to evolve. The technology has to evolve. So, yes, absolutely, it's going to have an impact, and we will have to include them in this journey, right?
Okay, that's really important. And SAP is helping you with that. How do they help you? This is an important relationship to you.
It is. We started to have more often conversations, what tools are out there. Mm-hmm. I am lucky to have a very good customer support. So they're helping us, like I said, providing tools, links to information. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of reading that needs to happen. Yeah. Yeah, but it's very useful so far. It's they're helping us in the journey.
So are you working with an SAP partner in the journey and implementation and the
Not yet,
transition?
not at this point. Not at the phase that we are in. We don't have a partner yet.
So what do you see as your journey? What's next?
Well, we are in what we call like the first phase of the project, where we are preparing our system, preparing our people, preparing our teams to start that journey. So I guess the next step will actually execute it, right? To get into project mode and transition to the new technology, right? SAP to S/4HANA.
Well, great. So do you see this as a competitive move? Is it helping you, clearly other companies in your industry are seeing this and wonder if it's something that they should do. But do you see it as something that's making you distinct within your industry? Or is it just something that you have to do?
A little bit of both, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. We have to transition to S/4HANA at some point. The question is when. Mm-hmm. And I think the when for us is almost now, right? And we're doing that at this moment, right? We're planning on how to get there. Okay.
So if someone, another company is in a similar position, what would be your recommendations to them? I mean, you have, a lot of experience with SAP, and many may be actually afraid of taking these big steps.
Yeah.
What's your recommendation? How should a company look towards their journey in this digital transformation and SAP? It's
right.
What would you say?
I would say start doing research, start reaching out to your SAP account executive, asking questions, what can they do for you? How can they help you? And again, it's a lot of reading, right? Understanding what the change means, what it will bring to your company, and also socializing it with your business stakeholders, because at the end of the day, they have to be on board. They have to understand what the system is, how the system is going to change and what the new system will bring, so that they can feel comfortable, right? It's not an easy journey especially when there's change. And that's a lot of work that needs to happen. I'm here, in Sapphire. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say
No,
that.
No, absolutely, that's fine.
I'm here in Sapphire, and I'm trying. That's one of the ways of our company to support that we get more educated on, what's coming. You get to meet customers, other companies that have gone through the journey or are going through the journey.
Yeah.
And you sit down and listen and take notes and see what can work for our company and for our team, right? And try to apply it.
So it's really an education opportunity.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely it is.
So as you go through the journey and dealing with this ERP, digital transformation, how is it really affecting your other business processes?
Within the company?
Yeah, within the company.
Well, that's a part that you have to analyze, right? You have to understand where are your pain points and try to tackle those as much as possible before you start a journey, right? Because that's part of the preparation, not only system-wise, but also process-wise, where you have to check your old practices, what you used to do and you still doing. Is it, a better way to do it? Almost all the time there is a better way to do things. We just need to, be a little bit more open and understanding what can be changed to make it better. So it does impact the business processes.
Well, we're coming to the end. We don't have a lot of time, but one thing I'm very interested in sort of pulling the string on in this transition are templates. I mean, SAP talks about how they provide templates on industry best practice, but sometimes these templates aren't what you did before. They're different than what you did before.
Right.
And you have to, I guess, convince people to either change or, it's my way or the highway. Is that what you do? How do you get people to change?
Well, that's a lot of education, and I think it has to come from the top, right, and down, right, to support it. Not that they are the ones implementing the change, but to support it, to say, okay, we're going to follow best practices. We're going to follow the what the industry out there is doing, whenever possible, right? Because every industry has their own, and companies' uniqueness, right? So TopCon doesn't escape from that, right? We have our uniqueness, and we have to adapt to that uniqueness. But wherever we can apply best practices, then, that should be the direction, right? And then everybody needs to be on board to make it work. Otherwise, it will not work.
Great.
Yeah.
So as we come to a close, how can people learn more about TopCon and maybe even reach out to you?
Yes, I do have a LinkedIn profile.
Okay.
I guess that's the where to to go. And of course, you can find TopCon Solutions positioning, in LinkedIn as well, and TopCon positioningsystems.com. You can find it there.
Did we miss anything? Any secrets?
No.
No secrets?
No secrets.
Oh, thank you very much, Vanessa, for spending the time with us. And thank you for joining Digital Transformers once again and learning how the GPS industry is being changed, digitally changed from the viewpoint of ERP and SAP. So thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next Digital Transformers.
Thank you for supporting Digital Transformers and for being a part of our global Supply Chain Now community. Please check out all of our programming at supplychainnow.com. Make sure you subscribe to Digital Transformers anywhere you listen to or view the show, and follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram. See you next time on Digital Transformers.